One pattern that I notice my clients engage with, and I personally still engage with, and a lot of people do, is they don't stop. The thing about self-awareness is that it requires you to stop, to interrupt the pattern of your life, to interrupt the sequence of your life by stopping the flow. Because by stopping, you can clearly see what's around you. However, if you keep moving, it's very hard to fully understand and appreciate with clarity what's going on. You're just moving towards something. You're not really fully in the moment, savoring it. But there's something to be said when you stop and you can savor your environment to find out exactly what thoughts are you having, exactly how are you feeling. Whereas if you're moving, you don't get that same sense of clarity. And all the exercises that I talk about that help you to develop your self-awareness require you to stop. They require you to harness all of your focus and attention on the one thing you're thinking about, rather than the many things that we have going on for us. And it's kind of like a boat that's gliding along the water. All of a sudden the anchor comes down, but the boat's motor is still on and it's still trying to go forward despite the fact that it's got this anchor holding it down and it's dealing with a great deal of resistance. Whereas if that boat would just stop, there would be no strain on the engine and it could just stop, float in the water and decide, where am I? Where do I want to go? And a lot of us, if we think of ourselves as boats, a lot of us are steering aimlessly with no direction, often guided by forces and things that are not part of us. However, we've inherited them emotionally. We believe we need those parts of us. We're fearful of those parts of us. We listen to it to tell us where to go. So a good example of this is a story that Jim Carrey shared. He's an actor and he shared this about his father, whose real passion was music. His father was a musician, but his main job was being an accountant. And his dad focused on being an accountant as his main job because he felt it was safer. Stable job. It's better to prioritize that, which he hated, rather than doing something he loved, which was the music. And after 25 years, he was let go of that safe job. And the lesson that Jim Carrey shared was that it's better to fail at something you love than fail at something you hated that you deemed was safe. You might as well take a chance on something that you love to do. And so the whole point of self-awareness, and the reason I keep mentioning it in my videos, is because that will help you to find out what it is you're truly passionate about. And the reason it's important to do what you're passionate about is because that is what is going to help you to live that fulfilled life, to experience a kind of life where you feel fully autonomous, where you can trust yourself and your ability because you found something that you really link with and gel with. Rather than being in a job that you don't like, but you feel, I have no choice, I have to pay the bills, this is what I know, it's too risky to make a change. And just think of yourself fast forward to when you're older, looking back at that moment, like would you have wished you would have made the change? All of these things and all of these challenges require you to stop thinking, stop doing, just stop where you are and assess what's going on in your life. This requires a disruption of your life flow. A lot of the clients that I've seen in the past have also struggled with just stopping and sitting with the discomfort and sitting with their emotions. So all of the techniques that I've shared before in terms of the worksheets and the helicopter view and like the emotional thermometer and all of these different exercises require you to be able to stop what you're doing and assess what you're thinking. Catch yourself what you're thinking, what you're feeling. We don't often think about doing this. We don't think about doing this, but it's a necessary step. In order to achieve something you want, you need to look at what it is you're doing at the moment that is not serving you, that's going against your goals. And in order to do that, you need to stop, to scale back and almost look at yourself from the outside view. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Do you want to feel or think those things? What things do you want to experience? What life do you want to experience? And Tony Robbins famously says that you experience the life that you focus on. We don't experience life overall, which is everything. It's all encompassing. It's greater than us. That's why meditation is such a phenomenal practice, because you experience another dimension of life and your existence and its meaning, where most of us don't do that because we have busy lives and we're prioritizing our jobs and things that we think are important. But actually, this comes down to the regrets of dying people, and it's all very familiar and common. And the number one regret is having the courage to not give in to other people's judgments, having the courage to prioritize friendships and connections and fun, and having worked less. No one ever felt that they wish they worked more. So this is just a reminder that in order to cultivate a sense of self-awareness, to help you and support you in developing the life you want, you need to stop. Just like that boat with its anchor down needs to stop to assess where it is. Even if it has to float meaninglessly for a little while, we have to stop just to assess where we are in life, take stock of what we have, take stock of what we do not have, and also look at the things in our lives that are not serving us, that once and for all we want to change, and how we can go about making that change. However, if we keep moving and if we keep carrying out those same patterns, we're very likely not going to realize what those changes need to be and why we need to make them. So I hope you found this video as a useful reminder of the importance of just stopping what you're doing, especially if you're living quite a fast-paced life, taking a few minutes as a breather for yourself, and to look at what you are doing and in what direction you're heading. Please comment below what your thoughts are, what you feel about your perception of your life, and what happens when you stop and kind of assess it. I'd love to hear about it. Please like and subscribe, and there's going to be more content coming out soon.